Hello everybody, my name is Ekaterina and I'm a new member of the Pixoguías team along with Rodrigo. It's a pleasure to help you and I'm happy to teach you the main features of the test, Enseñanza del Inglés, or teaching the English language, and the materials we handle in the site to solve it. If you like the content and you want to see more videos of these and other study materials from the site, don't forget to click the subscribe button below. Don't forget to share these videos to your friends and in your social media. Therefore, more people will know the content of this channel and of course more lessons about EGAL EIN and Enseñanza del Inglés. If you want to know more about the team, don't forget to ask free ebooks. Conocenos, miras, ¿quién está detrás de Pixoguías? Who's behind Pixoguías? And Logos, Achievements 2013-2021, where you will sell more than 2,000 positive reviews from past customers. Even if you want, you can go to the options area in the Facebook fan page at this moment. That way you can try this site and feel comfortable with us any moment. In this video, I will explain the features of the didactic materials and chronicle guides that we handle on the site for the study of the EGAL EIN test, teaching of the English language, Enseñanza del Inglés. As you know, this exam is administered by the institution called CENEVAL in Mexico. This exam is focused on those people who have obtained 100% of credits of the degree in teaching of the English language in Mexico and who wish to accredit and achieve the degree in a single exam. But be careful, this exam has a very particular structure and is not similar to some other certification exams such as Test of English as a foreign language, like a TOEFL, International Language Testing System, as an IELTS, Test of English for International Communication, TOEIC, or any of the Cambridge certification tests. I will also explain the structure of this exam and the areas that will be tested. We will review a few sample questions that the guides contain, the difficulty of the exam. In other videos, we will review topics in detail. Finally, we will review exactly what you would be receiving if you purchase any of these materials. Are you ready? Let's go and check everything about these tests. In 2020, due to the coronavirus pandemic, this exam was suspended. However, in 2021, the application of this exam was restored, so you can plan to study whenever you want. Of course, as long as there is no new pandemic and the exam application must be suspended again. You can do the test with a paper and a pencil or in online mode in any of the authorized schools. There are no official statistics in the CENEVAL website on how many people take this exam per year. However, from our experience and research, we know that far too many people are interested in taking this exam every year. Alright, as you know, the test called EGAL EIN is developed by CENEVAL in Mexico. In the official website of CENEVAL, you will find the free guide that will show you which literature you must read, the areas that will be tested, and how many questions does the exam have. You will find a link below in this video if you want to download the free guide from CENEVAL. In order to know the application date and the schools near your locality where the exam will be administered, we suggest you call CENEVAL directly. You will find the phone in the description of this video below. As you browse throughout the free guide, you will notice that the exam is 100% in English, not Spanish, so your practice of English must be advanced. You will also notice that the exam is divided into 3 areas, of which 170 items will be asked, as you can see it on the screen at this moment. There are as follows: origins and concepts of English, language learning and teaching, teacher practice. Of course, these areas have some sub-areas and it's important that you know the most as you can all of them. This practice will help you also if you want to do another test in the future like TOEFL. You must answer as many questions as possible correctly to pass the exam. And I don't want to scare you guys, but if you keep checking the guide, you will notice that the references you should read are 137. And it's totally crazy. But don't worry, in our guides we will tell you how to take the advantage of that because it's necessary that you read the 137 bibliographic references. The advantages of our solved guides are that you save too much time searching for the information yourself, sorting it out and practicing with the exercises similar to solve in the exam. The exam is really difficult, however, all the people who have purchased the guide since 2016 passed the exam without problems. It's so effective that even some universities in southern Mexico, such as Yucatan, have used it as a reference to carry out their own courses. Now, when I have to explain the structure of the exam and the topics you should know, let's see how the guides are solved for this exam. There are currently 4 versions: Basic, Deluxe, Absolute, and Supreme. They're all digital, they contain all the answer topics in order. They differ in the number of practice exercises, which are multiple choice. Okay, as you know, the study guides are digital, electronic. Regardless of the version you choose, you will receive the documents electronically, just as you can see on the screen at this time. We will provide you with a password so that you can access the documents, which you can view from any gadget, cell phone, regardless of the operating system except Kindle. Once you have the document, it will be yours forever. And if you double-click and enter the password, you will see a general cover of the updated version that you have purchased. Then you will see some introduction pages and then a general index that explains the areas that will be evaluated. Later you will see a specific index in which you can find the topic of your interest that you want to review. Do remember that CENEVAL suggested you read 137 bibliographic references? Don't worry. In the topics this is resolved and it's not necessary that you read all of them for a topic. You can read 1 or 2 for up to one topic. We made the guide the most complete as possible, but this doesn't mean you need to read all the references at all. If you scroll the pages, you will notice that before the development of each topic, you will find a box in which the reference from which the information was obtained and summarized is indicated, so you can be sure that you will read the official information all about. The areas are divided by banners. The guide is about 800 pages long, so I suggest you read and study at least 3 hours a day for 3-4 months beforehand, using the Pomodoro technique. And now we will review the structure of the multiple choice question that the exam contains and of course the study guides. Remember that this exam contains 170 questions, so any version of the guide you purchase contains more exercise questions than the exam itself. The basic version contains all the topics and 200 exercises with the same complexity. The deluxe version contains all the topics and 500 exercises with the same complexity. It's a bit more expensive, but it has more than twice as many exercises to practice. The absolute version contains all the topics and 1000 exercises with the same complexity. It's important to mention that all materials can be printed, of course, if you wish. The Supreme version contains all the topics and 1500 exercises with the same complexity. It's the most expensive version, but the one that contains many more practice exercises for you. And all these versions can be printed if you want. In any version, all exercises have the correct answer. The types of questions are direct questioning, complete sequences, choice of elements, and order concepts. Friends, let's check 12 example questions in total contained in the guide. Rodrigo will explain all of them in detail. Let's start with the Area 1, Origins and Concepts of English.
Thank you very much, Ekaterina. Hello everybody, my name is Rodrigo and we are going to analyze each kind of exercise that CENEVAL EGAL EIN Enseñanza del Inglés asks for this kind of test. And, of course, these kind of exercises are contained in our guide. Let's check them all. Perfect. As you can see in the screen at this moment, we are going to analyze a direct question example. Look, a baby boy was born in Japan, but his parents are from England. His parents spent 19 months traveling through China, India and Singapore, and they commissioned the care of the baby to a Japanese family this time. The Japanese family taught the little boy how to spell and write kanjis by the age 1.5 years. When the parents returned for the baby, they traveled to London. Then, they started to teach him the English language. At age 3, they introduced him to his very first school, where he lived together with Chinese, Mexican, Spaniard, and Celtic students. There were also classes to learning Spanish, English, Japanese, and Chinese. Which is the L1 of the baby boy? A. Spanish, B. Japanese, C. English, D. Chinese. The right answer is B. Japanese.
Second question of Area 1. Complete sequences.
An English teacher decides to list the students some words. The objective is that they have to remember how many times the sound A appears. The teacher says the following words: pepper, paper, letter, later, pen, pain, wet, wait, get, wet, late, left. The professor is using the technique A. Listening comprehension, B. Taping students' English, C. Spelling bee, or D. Minimal pairs. And the answer is D. Minimal pairs.
Third question of Area 1. Choice of elements.
From the following chart, choose the elements that are part of the lower surface of vocal tract. 1. Epiglottis, 2. Larynx, 3. Tongue root, 4. Pharynx, 5. Tongue center, 6. Alveolar ridge. Okay, you can stop the video right now and analyze your answer. Ready? Okay, the answer is letter D.
Fourth question of Area 1. Order concepts.
Order the sequence of events in the conquest of Britain. 1. Several dialects were created along the island. 2. Migrators from Denmark and Low Countries established in South and East Britain. 3. There was a conversion of Britain to Roman Christianity beginning in 597. 4. Celts assigned the name of Saxonia to the land conquered by Germans. 5. England was conquered by the Vikings, settling a Scandinavian influence. Ready? You can stop the video and think very good your answer. You will check in a moment. Ready? Let's check it. The answer is A.
Now let's check some examples question of Area 2. Language learning and teaching. And the first question, direct questioning.
Melissa is a 12-year-old Brazilian girl who moved from Rio de Janeiro to Miami with her parents. She studies in a multilingual school, so she doesn't have problems learning subjects like history, biology, chemistry, and physics. She also plays volleyball at Mondays in the afternoon and goes to English classes at the same hours Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays. Her teacher has 3 weeks teaching vocabulary, but Melissa has problems recognizing the spelled word from teacher and the way to write it. She confuses the suitable way of the grammar of the words. She's sad because she failed the last 2 vocabulary tests. What advice would you give to the teacher to improve Melissa's way of learning new vocabulary and problems in the correlation between the spelling, the pronunciation, and the grammar of the written word? Okay, you can stop the video and analyze your answer. Option A, to give up in the lesson, she's gonna fail anyway. B, to look in the dictionary all the homophones for the words. C, to add phonemic strips during the classes in the blackboard. And D, to use several articulatory loops until improving. The answer is C.
Second question of Area 2, complete sequences.
Look at the conversation between students and answer what is needed. Tim: Hi sweetheart, do you have a cup of flavored sugar? Claire: Oh yes, do you want just 1 or 2? Tim: No, just 1. Please, I don't use sugar too often in the kitchen. Claire: It will be a pleasure, wait here. Claire: Here, if you want more sugar, don't hesitate to ask me again. Tim: Thank you. The kind of approach that the students are taking to learn more about daily vocabulary is A. Dramatization, B. Performance, C. Personalization, D. Funny show. Ready? Let's check the answer. The answer is C.
Third question of Area 2, choice of elements.
Choose the better pedagogic features when teaching grammar. Simplicity, fun, clarity, perfection, familiarity. You can stop the video right now and check your answer. Ready? The answer is Letter D.
First question of Area 2. Order concepts.
Order the following sequence in a classroom writing work in the setting of a standard writing task. 1. Begin a brainstorm of ideas. 2. Make sure students are clear what to do. 3. Use notes, sketches, or cut up cards to organize text. 4. Get students interested. 5. Write a final text based on feedback. 6. Prepare a draft version. Ready? The answer is letter A.
And finally, let's check some example questions of Area 3, Teacher Practice. And the first question, direct questioning.
The TOEFL committee gave you an invitation via email to collaborate in the construction of the exam that will take place in Monterrey, Mexico next December. The committee needs to know if you are familiarized with this kind of test. Mention which of the following is a true feature of the TOEFL test. A. TOEFL is a revolutionary method to examine more students even at large distances. B. It has a specific area for grammar, so a special banner awares you when this section begins. It tests reading, writing, listening, and speaking in a split way. It evaluates foreign people how them are able to talk British English. Letter A.
Second question of Area 3, Complete Sequences.
Which stage of the lesson the teacher is working on the following situation? Teacher tells the students, Peter's having a party this weekend and he's buying the drinks, and then shows a picture with different actions and asks with one student, what else is he doing this weekend? He's planning stage, pre-planning stage, practice stage, the testing stage. The answer is B.
Third question of Area 3, Choice of Elements.
The aim of correcting a student is to 1. Identify which grammar structure is being used. 2. Acknowledge achievement and progress. 3. Make the student be more confident about himself. 4. Raise awareness. Ready? The answer is B.
And the fourth question of Area 3, Order Concepts.
Order the steps for an inductive presentation. 1. Concept questions. 2. Introduction of context and aids. 3. Language selected for presentation. 4. Control practice activity. And 5. Explanation of use. Ready? The answer is letter A.
Excellent! Now Rodrigo and I have explained to you what the teaching of the English language guide is like, the difficulty and how we can help you in the study. If you like the video, don't forget to click on the subscribe button that you will find below. You'll receive notification when we upload a new video. Don't forget that it is the first video of several in which we will analyze the contents of this exam, teaching of the English language or EGAL EIN from the CENEVAL, and we will dedicate more videos to solving topics and exercises for you. I'm Ekaterina, it's a pleasure for me to explain you this, and we will see you until next time. Remember, study smart and not hard. Bye bye!